So what's devil facial tumour disease? It's a cancer that affects Tasmanian devils, and it's called devil facial tumour disease because the cancer occurs in the face. The etiology, that is what caused the disease, we don't know. It's just one of those freaks of nature. It just happened in one devil and it's been spread throughout the entire population. Yeah, the first case of devil facial tumour disease was in 1996, but it took another 5 or 6 years before it was actually identified as being that particular cancer. And in 20 years it's gone across most of Tasmania. It spreads fairly rapidly, so that it's just like an infectious disease. Fortunately, it happened in one corner of Tasmania, so it took a bit of time to spread throughout the entire state. Most of the population has been affected by the tumour. It's hard to gauge it accurately, but it's estimated that about 80 to 90% of the devil population has been killed by this cancer. Yeah, the disease hasn't reached all of Tasmania yet. The far northwest, a place called Woolnorth, has a very high population of devils, a very high density. The cancer hasn't reached there yet, only because it hasn't had time to get there. So those devils are still free of the tumour. Some isolated areas they're free of the cancer, just because it hasn't reached there yet. But where the cancer's got to, it's affected the devils it's affected. It seems to have killed every single devil that gets infected. The Tasmanian devil is the world's largest marsupial carnivore. That means it's the biggest marsupial that's a meat eater. And the biggest marsupial carnivore before that was the thylacine, also known as the Tasmanian tiger. That used to only live in Tasmania. That is now extinct. And if we lost the Tasmanian devil, which is, as I said, the largest living marsupial carnivore, we would have lost that particular species. So that would be tragic just from that aspect. But also the Tasmanian devil plays a really important role in the environment. And when we start messing up with the environment, it can have catastrophic effects. The Tasmanian devil is mostly a scavenger, so it eats dead animals. So it clears up all these dead animals before they can decay and cause disease in the bush. And if their numbers go down, other species may come up and alter the native landscape quite substantially. So they play a very, very important role in the wild. Yeah, the bit of work's been done on trying to find a cure, but obviously to treat devils in the wild that got cancer is not easy to do. So there's not a huge amount of emphasis on that. Our group, and we've got various collaborators around the world, have been working towards a vaccine, and we've made a lot of progress, because when the tumour first started, we knew very little about the devil's immune system and whether it would respond. And now we've developed a technique where if we immunise devils, they do produce a response. So the next test is to see whether that will protect the devil. So we could be very close, but we could be still a long way away. We just don't know.